Motherfuckers, we back.
Back at it again.
This is a 2 Cent You Call It podcast.
One time for the one time.
I'm your host, X, and I'm here with my brother from another mother. Dub, what's happening?
What's happening, my brother?
Hey, man, you know what it is.
We are back on another Friday night for episode number 73. You know what it is. You can catch us on YouTube at the 2 Cent You Call It podcast.
Twofer.
Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can see every time we post. For your listening pleasure, we are also on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and now Amazon Music. Busting out your eardrums every single week. First things first, my brother. First things first, my brother. What's in your glass?
I got some whiskey and some energy drink.
You about to be over here.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Just
it's be a whole lot easier if people weren't looking in my face right now. So I gotta understand it. People are looking at me.
Yeah,
so
we not just
bullshit.
It ain't just we not just recording. You're not just hearing our voice anymore. As you guys know, on episode 72 actually was live. We started doing something a little bit differently. We finally gave the people what they've been asking us for, which is adding video to our podcast. So as we work through that, please be patient with us. It's gonna be we are having growing pains in certain different things, but we're learning a lot. And we are trying to give everybody the best possible experience. So if you see something, if you like something, if you want to see more, you want to see something different,
say something.
You see something, say something. Just let us know. Let us know. And you know, we'll try to work it in. Whatever y'all think out there that could make this podcast better. We are open for suggestions, but
what's in your glass, brother?
Yeah,
we went on a tangent now.
I was actually about to go back because I forgot I asked you what's in your glass. I am drinking a Cabernet.
Okay.
That is aged in bourbon barrels.
Okay.
So yeah. That's what's in my glass tonight.
Bourbon barrel Cabaret.
And it
Cabernet. Cabaret.
What you been
what's
watching?
on my mind?
Yeah, no, it's one of the shot callers. Shout out to Jimbo. One of the shot callers put me on this wine, and I went and bought a few bottles.
Okay.
And I've been drinking it since. Man.
It was like that. Right?
Yeah, man. So it's a and hit me on the backlog if you want the name of it, because we ain't giving out no free promos out here. Speaking of which,
okay,
follow us on social media. You can catch us on Instagram at 2 Cent Podcast.
Yeah,
we got a lot of updates and stuff going on there. You can see a lot of the stuff that we're doing, a lot of behind the scenes. So please follow us on there, and we will be talking about social media.
Damn.
Later.
It's episode 73.
Again.
And I'm looking, I see episode 77. I'm sorry, y'all.
We got
lost tapes.
We got lost footage. But we'll get it out there. We'll throw a couple of bonus shows out there at some point in time.
Maybe not.
I mean, I
don't know where the fuck they are.
I was just saying they might be lost for real.
Shit might be in Louisiana somewhere.
That.
It's not. I gotta find my fucking watch.
Your Galaxy watch?
Yeah.
I didn't mean to say that.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to get nobody. Yeah.
Samsung ain't sponsored.
I mean, you never know. How long have you not had it?
Since my grandpa's birthday.
Yeah, that's been like a month now.
The second week of December.
Yeah, it has been.
So it died when I was in the car. I took it out. So it may be in my car somewhere. Or
9 times out of 10,
it may have fell out in the car when I went to go get gas. So,
well, you know, you be sitting in your car like a tornado flew around.
It's looking like that shit right now. So I'm gonna have to pull my fucking seats out that bitch to find something. Man, so when I went down there, I was on alcohol duty and stuff
Oh, for the family?
for my cousins. Nobody paid me for that. So I just
That's
I was
tragic.
like, you know what?
That's tragic.
I got it. You know what I'm saying? I asked, I was like, hey, yeah, all the
Got that
grandkids
50K now.
Send me, hey, hey, my brother.
That 50K stretching, ain't it?
Hey, I don't know, man. Look like it dropped down to fucking 48. Didn't
Oh
it?
shit.
But I went there and then I went to the liquor store, Louisiana, and they sell alcohol all night until the stores close. And I think it's midnight.
Yeah, I know it's longer hours than we got here in Texas.
Yeah. And then I got some ice. I got fucked up that night and forgot that the ice was in my damn trunk.
Oh shit.
So now my trunk is like mildew. So I gotta go get that shit clean because it's seeping through my trunk into my car.
Bro.
So yeah.
You didn't take a cooler or nothing with you?
Nah, it was just like spur of the moment and stuff. I was like, I need to get some ice too.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna forget this ice in my damn trunk, but
You forgot it was ice in your damn
I
trunk.
got in there, got back home, and I was like, ah, shit. It is ice back there.
And that hoe smelling like a swamp.
Man, let me tell you something. No roadhead for me. All right. So, anyway.
How was your week, brother?
Man, this
After
week,
all of that, how was your week?
this week has been a motherfucker, man. It's end of the year for my profession.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, because y'all run like weird.
yeah, we a month behind.
Y'all
on
fiscal
everything.
year is weird.
Yeah. So, you said our school year is weird?
I said y'all fiscal year.
Oh, okay. Well, nah, I mean, it's normal, but it's just, it's two sides of ours. Some people do the prediction, and then we just do the back end or the keeping of everything. So we always a month behind. So
You know, and that's one of those things. And I don't mean to cut your week off, but that's one of
cut
those.
it off, brother. Cut it off,
That's,
please.
that's one of those things that you know, we didn't learn growing up. Like I didn't know that there was like I thought everybody's year just ran like January to December, but then you start getting into fiscal years. Like for
Yeah.
my profession, our fiscal year runs November to October.
Okay.
Or no, October to September, because October 1 is the beginning.
Hey, do you remember the 21st night of September? Anyway, all right, I'm done fucking. All right.
Yeah, but
I'm delusional, y'all.
that
I ain't slept.
I say that to say we didn't. It's a lot of things about the real world that we just didn't learn.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah.
see y'all, it's just the end of the year for us. And it's the end of the year for multiple buildings. I work with a lot of big bank clients.
Yeah.
And sometimes they ain't happy and they feel like it's like I got 11 kids.
Yeah, and then
And they all
every
feel like
one of
they
them
don't-
feel like they the only
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm sorry, baby. Let me do this. So yeah.
And not to mention like y'all keep having a revolving
Yeah.
door, so I feel like
I
you're
just found out that somebody else put in their notice.
I feel like you're the only one that's been consistent. Like
There's like
how many old heads do y'all have? And what's an old head to y'all?
no somebody's been there for 20. Somebody's been there for 15. And then those are the ones that's been there longer than me. And then there's ones that been there for like a year longer than me. So, hey, I've been there longer than my bosses.
Yeah.
All three of them.
That's
Well, four of them.
that's crazy.
Shit, 5.
So
Damn.
So end of year got you wrapped up right now? And you know what? I know it does, because I sent you a whole bunch of shit.
Hey, my brother, let me tell you something.
You ain't responded to none of that shit.
Hey, nobody get that. My auntie just sent me a text. She sent me 5 good morning texts 5 days in a row, and I just answered one of them today. I was like, I'm sorry. I was on Hinge, and I got 20 messages to answer on there. after I talk shit about
Nah,
people
he
being
ain't.
consistent.
Yeah. I mean,
Like, hey, it's-
life be lifing.
It be lifing the fuck out of me.
Life be lifing. We did go to a event though last week with was that last week?
That was
Last
Saturday.
weekend. Yeah, last Saturday. With another one of our shot callers. Shout out to Celeste.
What up, Leslie?
Love her. But yeah, we went to a what was it?
A wine fest.
Wine fest. Yeah. And you know, that was actually my first time that I had ever gone to one.
To wine fest?
Like I've been to a beer fest before. But that was the first time that I went to a wine fest. It was actually a dope event.
It was cool. I mean, it was a lot of people in there.
Yeah, the demographic was definitely different.
Yeah, that too. I almost had a situation. Shout out to Leslie.
Yeah, man.
And it was my social media is just when I'm over something, I'll be like, all right, I'm over it. But I was trying to be a good sport, so I was like, all right, let's thug it out.
Yeah, but no, it was a good time. Good experience. Good networking event. Found
Definitely.
a lot of different places that we could potentially use in the future. So enjoyed it, man. If you never been out to a wine fest, even if you're not in the wine, I'd suggest doing it
Yeah,
because
you'll find something in there.
yeah.
My mind just went blank. Oh my god. Anyway, outside of that, yeah, man, it's just been work for me. Your week, man, what's going on in Dub's world?
My week was cool, man. It's been a roller coaster kind of a week.
Okay.
Earlier this week we dealt with something that was different. So somebody that was very close to me passed away 10 years ago, and so coming up or this past week was their birthday, and so I went out with her family to the cemetery, and man, it was. You think that like you get they say time heals all wounds or whatever, and you think that like 10 years, you feel like 10 years is a long time, right? Like when you just think about maybe working or just how long you've known somebody, whatever, you think 10 years is a long time because shit, at this point we've known each other what 11
yeah.
11 years. So yeah, you think that 10 years is a long time, but when it comes to grief, like that shit feels like yesterday.
Well, my brother, you gotta actually grieve, so
I mean, but I feel like I have. Like I feel like and I feel like when it comes to grief, like there's no right or wrong answer, right? Like
I feel like if I shot you in your pinky toe, you would still try not to cry, even though you in pain.
I mean, I don't cry, but I mean, I was just about to say, is that I know it's not normal, but
I was about to say, I thought you were saying it's not normal to cry.
No. I know that's not normal, but at the same
Not
time,
to cry. I'm holding my pillow.
yeah. It was, I don't know. Like I feel like, I can usually we can have the conversation about it, and I don't really be thinking nothing really into it. But I think like being there with her family and like, cause we've always been close. Like her mom calls me her son, like her grandma calls me her grandson, like her sister and brother call me their sibling. So it's just like, I think it really doesn't hit me until I get around them.
Okay.
Cause it's like, you never really, like it's cool talking about it and it's cool having a conversation. But then when I get around them, it's just like,
Seeing other people hurting.
yeah. And I think I think naturally, like in my natural state, I'm an empath.
Okay.
So when it comes to like the people that I care about and the people that are around me, like when I feel like when they're feeling bad or when something is hurting for them, then I can feel that emotion.
Okay.
But it just doesn't happen for me regularly. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So like being at the cemetery, because so we ended up the reason that, I mean, not to say that you know you need a reason to visit somebody at the cemetery, but the specific reason is because it was her 35th birthday. So that was the specific reason that we went to the cemetery. And like I said, man, I really don't. It's not something that it really just be heavy on me like that until I get around her family. So it ended up affecting me in a way that I really didn't expect, because, like I said, I don't really like it. Doesn't really things don't really hit me like that. You know, every now and again, okay, cool, but I think after that, it kind of just put me in a certain space for the week.
Okay.
And so it was a lot of like, you know, I guess just reflection. Just like I had like my off days were really like just resting at the house and gym. That was pretty much it. And you know, on my off days, I'm usually like all over the place.
Yeah.
But I guess this week it was kind of more so a reset, I guess.
Okay. I mean, that can be good in a sense, as long as you don't stay in it too long.
Yeah. And I mean, you already know how we are. Like we have already discussed like mental health and you know how that goes and where our states of mind mentally. And I think I will say this, things like that also make me reflect and I will say, my brother, I appreciate you. And I want to give you your flowers while you're here, because you never know when the last time you're going to speak to somebody.
I'm allergic.
See, you never know when the last time you're going to speak to somebody or when the last time could be the last time. And I feel like so many times we get to the point of like taking people for granted, because it's like, oh man, you know, we'll talk that over tomorrow, or you know, we'll talk about it next week, and then you get to that point where next week never comes.
Is that your way of telling me to answer the phone when you call?
No.
Okay. Because it's not happening. Depends on when you call.
It's not about you.
I thought you was giving me my flowers.
I was, but this.
So it's not really my flowers. It's like, let me get my shit off.
No.
And then it was smell your flowers.
Well, how you
slap me in my face with my flowers.
You tried to slap yourself in the face with your flowers because I wasn't even taking it there. You the one talking. Oh, it is just your way of telling me that I should have. No, motherfucker. I'm just telling you I appreciate you.
Okay.
Damn.
I appreciate you too, my brother.
You see, hey, live. on film. Y'all see what the fuck I be having?
Hey.
This is what the fuck be going on. But yeah, I say from a mental health standpoint, because we always talk about on here how, you know, mental health is very important, and I think in the Black community, number one, it's not talked about enough. It's not taken serious enough, and then more so as Black men, I think it's even you know, another notch. I think it's more of, you know, we don't talk about it, and it's a negative connotation around it, even from other people when it comes to Black men, because you know, I feel like we're not supposed to have feelings, or we're not supposed to, you know, be in a vulnerable state, because most of the time it's looked at being weak. So
Bitch.
Yeah. So, I say all that to say, man, it was an emotional roller coaster of a week, but all in all, I think it was a good reflective week. It was good, man, because I actually like So her birthday is a few days after my pop's birthday.
Okay.
And so my pops was actually out of town for his birthday. So we actually ended up going to lunch today because we couldn't link up until today. So I actually took him to lunch. Man, it was just a good conversation. Like it's good that we when we catch up, because I feel like we didn't really get to the point that we're at as far as mine and his relationship until I became an adult.
Yeah.
And it was certain things. I think that's twofold. I think it was until I became an adult, and then I think it was until he was able to accept that I was an adult as well. And I feel like once we both got over that particular hump, and also realizing that he, like I said, I think it's a twofold. Realizing that he isn't the same person that he was 20 years ago, and realizing that I'm 20 years older now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm an adult. Yeah. And so once we got over that hump and we got those logistics out of the way, it's a lot easier to talk. Like it's a lot easier to have conversation.
Yeah. Parents be cool as fuck sometimes.
once
you get grown.
Yeah, I think it's once it goes from because it'll always be a parent and offspring relationship. But I think once that parent child connection is like severed, and when I say severed, I mean like once the parent understands that the child is an adult, I think a lot of things get a lot better.
They can be one of your little friends. Just a little bit.
I'm not one of your. You can actually be friends at a certain point. You know what I'm saying? Because okay, so while we on the subject of that, how do you feel about that? Because I know, and obviously neither one of us have kids, but going when it becomes that time and you ready to have kids, what do you think your parenting style, or what do you project your parenting style to be?
My parenting style will be?
Yeah. You gonna be one of your kids' little friends?
Laying down the law. Yeah. I'm definitely gonna be more of a, I'm not gonna say strict, but it's gonna be structured. Similar to how I was raised, but just a little bit better, with a little bit more understanding. But then again, I think that all parents say that.
Growing up, do you think
like my parents did me, and then kind of just repeats the cycle? So,
growing up, do you think your parents were too hard on you, or do you think they were too strict?
Well, yeah, y'all didn't get this episode either. We had the Mother's Day episode.
Yeah, we gonna do that again though.
For me, like we're both middle children, and our experiences were somewhat different. You were by yourself because they just kind of left you by yourself. I was like more of like, all right, just let me be by myself. And the relationship I had with my maternal grandmother was strained. So my mom kind of compensated for that, and then me not knowing my biological father growing up, so she just kind of gave me too much love. I wouldn't even say too much love, but it just wasn't the love that I wanted at the time. So it was like kind of overbearing. And then with things that happened in her life, she was always protective of a kid. So it came off as very strict and structured. Like I just said, I'll be with my kids. See how crazy that is?
Right. Speaking of, you just brought up something that we talked about last weekend, but I wanted to bring it up because we didn't have in-depth. I think it wasn't the time because we actually it was a moment at the Wine Fest, so it wasn't necessarily the time to talk about it. But you told me that your biological father gave you a Christmas gift.
Yes. Yeah.
How did you feel about that?
I felt weird.
Okay.
And not weird like, oh, you a weird motherfucker, like why are you doing this? It's because it's something I don't want to say you take for granted. because I grew up with a dad,
Right.
With my dad, but with him, it's like, okay, this is something new, but I can appreciate it because he's trying, and we have somewhat of a relationship now. So, I mean, it was weird. Don't necessarily know how. I'm not gonna say I don't know how to feel about it. I guess
Mixed
I
emotions.
just don't know how to. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's I appreciate it, but at the same time, it's like, and then at the same time, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I really like it. It's just all over the place. That's my roller coaster of the week.
The question is, was it a good gift?
He got me some cologne. It was actually some cologne that, matter of fact, I lost that cologne in Louisiana.
Oh, okay.
So I needed another bottle of it.
Yeah.
I just hadn't bought one. So he got me a bottle of that. And then he got me some house shoes and stuff.
Okay.
I think they're probably too small for my feet.
The woes of
Yeah, being a Bigfoot motherfucker.
well, and also him not being. You know,
Yeah, and stuff. But he's 6'2", 3" or something like that. So I'm like right in between him and my mom,
Gotcha.
as far as height wise. And
I mean, your mom is pretty tall too,
I
though.
look like she's 5'7", 8" maybe.
Is she?
Maybe, I don't know. I'm just
No,
making
I
sure.
think she might be a little taller than that.
Nah, my mom ain't that tall. Then my brother, he's 6'3",
Yeah.
and then
Speaking
my
of
dad's
which-
like 6'4".
Funny enough, I saw because he makes music, right?
Yes.
Funny enough, I saw, and this is funny because this will actually take us into further into the docket. I think I saw him on TikTok. Like I think I saw a video of him rapping or something on TikTok, and
Yeah,
I
he's
was
been
like,
doing a lot more videos now.
I was like, hey, that's D.
Yeah. Shout out to Luther. That's his artist name.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, that's why I say his real name because I ain't know.
It is what it is. But yeah,
But yeah, I was like, hey, okay.
every once in a while he'll release something and stuff. And I try to support him and
Yeah.
stuff. It's like all of us got that music bug in us.
Yeah.
My dad was actually a DJ at a top 100 radio.
Your living dad or your biological?
My living dad.
Okay.
I said living dad.
I mean,
my
I
dad.
Well,
say my living dad.
But
It's
I
like,
can't.
he was,
Okay.
I have a
Okay.
dad and I have a father.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Bio dad.
Yeah. Well, let's stop though, 'cause he might listen to this.
I mean, I
love you too.
it's up.
I've healed from that and stuff. And even with that, there was like a process of
For sure.
being like, okay, how do I feel about this now? Do I want to regress back to where I was, where I'm like, okay, now I'm mad because this is the first time I'm getting something for you in 22 years. That's how old I am, if y'all didn't know.
Stop it.
But yeah, but it was cool. I mean, I got over it and stuff like that. And now, being my older brother and him, we have a group chat on Facebook.
Okay.
That's tied into some other subjects too.
Yeah.
But and I ain't as active in that either, because my week been week and my
Yeah.
month been month and year been year.
Already
and it's-
2025. Let's go. Yeah.
Oh,
So speaking of, moving on into what's happening in today, TikTok.
yeah, man.
TikTok is about to get banned. Just when we was about to create a TikTok.
Yeah, because I stepped on your transition.
Damn.
I stepped on your transition like twice.
It's okay.
It's like I saw your brother on TikTok. I was like, yeah, but fuck that. Back to my life. Nah,
How do you feel? How you feel about TikTok, man?
I don't give a fuck.
Me neither, bro.
I never had it. Never
Look.
had it. Wasn't planning on getting it.
Let me tell you, the only reason that I ever even, because I'm never on TikTok. Literally, the only reason I ever even downloaded TikTok is because people would send me people would send me videos.
And they would let you watch it unless you
Yeah,
had TikTok.
you had to download TikTok, and so I was like, all right, because people would be like, oh man, it's like, nah, you got to see it, and I'm like, all right, cool. So that's
Screen
the
record that shit and then send it to me.
So that's the reason that I originally even downloaded and created an account on. Well, I didn't even have to create one because, like, like on the social media platforms, they have it to where like you can sign in with another platform or sign in with your Gmail
gotcha.
or something like that. And so it wasn't even like, it was so easy to set up. It wasn't even like I had to just go through and set it up. So I was just like, okay, whatever. But I did see something funny. Somebody that we know, we both know, posted on Facebook and was like, what are y'all gonna do now that TikTok, with the TikTok ban, all of these social media influencers that was making money off TikTok, they was like, what are you gonna do now when you go into an interview and they ask you about your gap in employment?
I was doing this shit on the internet.
And somebody,
I'm fucking up the camera.
and somebody in the comments was like, Chat GPT translate my TikTok, translate my TikTok attributes.
Oh my god.
I was like, seriously though, how do you put that shit on your resume? Like, because they ask for your last employment. Usually people ask for like your last 3 employments or your last 10 years.
If you plan on going into marketing, I mean, maybe you could use it that way. I ran a team of 1 million people and dispersed information to the entire company. We were successful.
You got to be creative. You got to be, and I did. I was
yum. Yum yum.
Nah, yeah, them motherfuckers like that was doing it. Like, what are you? And because I was looking at. It's sad. It's sad that I know what you said.
That's what it is.
Transferring right on to OF, huh?
Yup.
That's crazy work. It's crazy work.
Snapchat me that.
Yeah. I don't know, because I was looking at I did see like because people was referencing like how much they would make on TikTok and then like how much they would make on like other different social media platforms. And they were saying like, because at first people was like, oh, people weren't making no real money on TikTok anyway. And that actually, like, people start screenshotting and posting their receipts, like they payouts, from TikTok. And it was like people were making substantially more on TikTok than they were on the other social media sites. So do you think, first of all, I'm gonna ask you 2 questions.
Okay.
Number 1.
No. Go ahead.
Number 1, do you think that's bad consumer wise? Like, do you think that because okay, for instance, like everybody be talking about how, this shutting down takes all these not this particular, but when something happens they be like, oh, this puts so many people out of work, or
okay.
This. Do you think that that's a legitimate gripe when it comes to social media?
Who you asking? You asking a hater in me?
I'm asking.
Because the hater be like, I gives no fucks.
Fuck them.
The old motherfucker in me, get a job. You just gonna have
to learn. Do
you
think it's fair?
Do I think it's fair? Well, shit, they had like fucking 4 years to find something else because
they've been talking about it for They have. Been
it was the first time.
Yeah.
Big T was in office. They was saying this, and they voted to do it then. Yeah. And it was like, all right, now we gotta get it popping.
Yeah,
and y'all still over there. Better go.
Half of the shit. That's when half of them moved over to OF.
Yeah, they trying to shut them sites down too.
I heard.
Well, like a lot of them already. But tell them what's up. If you're in Texas,
a lot of states, yeah. VPN.
You gotta
VPN.
Put your damn ID up on that bitch.
VPN.
I think the fuck, bro.
I'm just gonna VPN it. You good? But put me in Washington or something.
But yeah, I mean, that's all life is about, man. Even with the economy and stuff, you have to learn how to pivot to your next move.
Yeah. Because nothing's guaranteed.
Yeah, definitely. That's why I be telling you about this show, man. I be like, hey, that's why I'm not coming to record today.
Shut the fuck up.
Show might shut down next week.
When you have control over, it's a difference between having control over the shit and not. We have full control over.
We don't. We have control in the process of recording.
That's what I'm talking about.
Getting it out to the masses, getting it out to our 2 fans. How do we get it to them? We have to send this through Gmail.
I'm talking about recording.
Oh yeah, but we still got to put it on something.
Yeah.
So if YouTube decides to shut down tomorrow, then we
weren't making no money off it.
So you just want to be in this bitch just recording just for us?
No. I'm just saying, like,
you gonna put the shit on the screen when people come over. Hey, watch this shit. We did all this shit.
We did delete all that shit. Delete all that shit, Peggy. Nah. Yeah, man. For me, the TikTok ban, the TikTok.
That's for the stank breath, motherfuckers. It's a TikTok ban. Sock, never choke. Shut up, y'all know where that's from.
The TikTok ban, man. For me, it doesn't really make me no difference. The only thing I did like about TikTok, that I don't necessarily like about the other platforms. What's the new?
I don't know my cousins be doing that shit just in the middle of nowhere. I'll be like, okay.
Gen Z? Them motherfuckers, TikTok every day. All them TikTok dances that come out.
Alpha.
I couldn't imagine. Well, yeah, Gen Alpha is the new one. But I couldn't imagine being no fucking high school teacher right now. Because that's all they want to do.
You couldn't even have a fucking phone in school.
Right?
I didn't even have a phone until I was 18.
Nah, I had one at 15, maybe.
Well, no point. I got it when I turned 18, so I was a senior.
Yeah, I think I got my first phone when I was a sophomore.
I'm like, what you need? Well, we still had pay phones when I was in school.
We did. They were scarce, but we had them.
Dial down the middle. 1-800-ATT. Hey, mama, can you pick me up real quick? You have a collect call from. Hey, mama, can you pick me up real quick?
You have a collect from. Hey, mama, can you? That's some funny shit,
man.
But yeah, I don't know. Social media is going crazy though, because
we talked about that last week, right? Going back to the time of your life. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place.
Yeah, but that happened on TikTok, and then with Facebook, they removed the fact check from Facebook.
Hey man, people scared.
Yeah, give me why do you think they removed it?
Because
people be lying, and they just be lying publicly, and don't nobody be.
They scared to big dog that's coming back. And, Facebook's owner, he was up at the golf course with him, meeting with him and Mr. Amazon.
Well, yeah.
So he probably told him, hey, do this, and he like, all right. But motherfuckers be lying.
Motherfuckers do be lying, man. For me, at the end of the day, I feel like you shouldn't be. I feel like you shouldn't be getting your news or your information and calling it reliable from social media. Like I think a lot of people take social media to the next extreme, right?
Yeah.
Like instead of using it for what I feel like it was designed for, which is just like, keeping in touch, being able to share things publicly with the masses or with people like, getting a following. I think people took that and then turned it into like, oh, this is where I get all my information from.
Yeah.
without, because it shouldn't take fact check. In my opinion, it shouldn't take fact check on an app.
Fact check your own self.
Exactly, bro. Like,
it take nothing to like Google and be like, okay, is this?
Yeah, that's like back when they kept trying to kill people. Like everybody was dead for a little while. Like I think they killed Tom Hanks like 5 times, and then like you had to go back and be like, is Tom Hanks dead? Like you can Google all of this shit. Like,
man.
But I think what it is was
I forgot that Cicely Tyson was dead until this year.
Yo, no bullshit. It's a couple of people that.
Oh, that's not. Charlie Wilson. Somebody check on Charlie Wilson. I think every time I see somebody pass away, I be like, check on Charlie Wilson. Charlie Wilson.
Morgan Freeman.
Wonder. Oh, yeah, Morgan Freeman old as fuck. Since
Bro, Morgan Freeman has always been old.
Not sad. He kind of sound like deeper voice. Oh my God, I'm gonna get in trouble. Maya Angelou. And still I around. Why does Why?
No, but that was another one. It I keep forgetting that she died. Like that's
she did die.
Yeah.
Did she?
Yes.
Oh. I just remember her and Cicely Tyson. They was in Tyler Perry. Gyrating on this land.
Oh,
my heart and his beat at the same time. I know why the cage bird sings.
I give you Paris in springtime.
Man,
knee slapper.
Shout out to all the legends.
Yeah.
Dionne Warwick is still alive though, right?
We gotta fact check that because I do not know.
She's still alive.
I think so.
That's what we going.
That's
gonna be Liv's new job too.
Look up,
fact check all this bullshit.
While we on the show, can you check in the background?
Shout out to Liv. She's running the cameras right now.
Yes. So if you see the cameras changing from angle to angle, we have our trusty new advisor and
producer
engineer in the background. And actually, her husband is calling me right now. I think he probably trying to get in touch with you. Please text him. But yeah, we have our new.
What the fuck is going on? What the hell?
You just
look at me. What the fuck too?
Speaking of fact check.
Right.
Speaking of fact check, the inauguration's coming up.
Yeah, man.
And it's a whole bunch of tomfoolery and conversation.
Yeah, it's on what you call it day? I said what you call it day. Excuse me.
MLK Day. Yes. First of all, how you feel about it being on MLK Day? Because I just think that's crazy. I wasn't
gonna be paying attention regardless. So
you said you wasn't? Mm-mm. Oh yeah, no, I'm not tuning in either. But at the same time, to even have it on that day, I think it's hella disrespectful.
Well, I mean, it's always on that day.
Is it?
Yeah, it's always on the 20th. That's when the president gets installed.
Well, do it on the 21st.
No. He's going to go to the Washington Monument on MLK Day and have more people than the Million Man March. The largest crowd in history.
Fact check.
Then news is gonna come up there and they're gonna show fake shots of empty spots in the crowd to just try to make him look bad.
They're gonna AI that shit. We gonna. But there has
my blacks.
Speaking of the blacks, there has been controversy behind a few different things when it comes to the black community. Mississippi Valley State marching band is performing at the inauguration. Usually it's just a parade, but I think they moved the event from outside to inside because of the temperatures. And I hope that inauguration get froze the fuck out. But
Your homegirl gonna cuss you out.
So
She's gonna fight you and what's her name?
So
Shout out to y'all.
there has been a lot. There has been a lot of controversy around Mississippi Valley performing at the inauguration. Some people say, you know,
They ain't swag.
well, some people say that they're wrong for performing because it's HBCU and they feel like it's one of those sellout moments, and other people feel like it's a great exposure for the kids and this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. So like, why wouldn't you take this opportunity? How you feel about it?
Exposure, like how?
Well, because not many people
Like they gonna get like a solo shot of on their face.
Well, no,
And somebody with clarinet gonna be like Squidward, be like
no.
Kenny G that bitch.
From the stand for the band in general. Like, so I was in a band, right? And a lot of events like this you don't get invited to. So it is a once in a lifetime thing. Like, you know, this is up there. The presidential inauguration parade is up there with like the Tournament of the Roses parade, like the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade, you know, Christmas parade, big Christmas parades, all that kind of stuff. So it is. I will say from that perspective, being in those shoes before, when you get performances like that, because you know I've done the Super Bowl, I've done a Tournament of the Roses parade, like I've had big ticket performances. So I get it from that standpoint of like, you know, this is you're kind of etched in history as this being a huge performance, but at the same time, at what cost, right?
At the cost of that check that I hope they get.
But they're not getting a check. That's the thing.
Oh, so it's just
no,
like,
you gotta pay to go.
Oh, so it's like the Super Bowl. Like you pay to perform.
Well, nah, because we didn't pay. They paid us.
Well, I mean, whoever.
Yeah,
who y'all perform with?
Black Eyed Peas and Usher.
So Black Eyed Peas and Usher paid y'all.
Maybe.
Somebody cut the check. That's all y'all know.
We didn't cut it. It wasn't coming out of our pocket. That's all I know.
I mean, I feel like in a sense it might be a dig, because if the election would have went the other way, it'd probably have been an HBCU there anyway, because it probably would have been Howard.
Yeah,
Howard, well, I don't even know. Did
they got a band, but it's not good.
Don't. I'm not a band head like this. So I don't know.
Yeah, but
the rankings of the bands and stuff.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, you know, because somebody who did it his first term, somebody did it his first term too. But yeah, I feel like you're in a lose-lose, right? Because I can legitimately see.
Are they really gonna support Mississippi Valley after that? Like,
No.
what are?
No,
It's been like years, even like with Deion going to HBCUs, people weren't.
Yeah, that's
from certain demographics weren't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I mean, it's one of those things like,
and now
you kind
they might lose.
But
support.
you are kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? Like if you don't decide to do it, you know, because we always representation is always on the floor when it comes to us talking.
So are they a DEI hire?
You're talking.
That's crazy.
All right, I'm gonna leave that at that. But it's also controversy about
Look at the colors; they play so well.
It's also controversy about First Lady Obama not attending the inauguration.
Hey, stand on business.
But here's the thing. So two things with that.
She didn't go to the funeral either for Jimmy Carter.
Did she not?
It was just Barack sitting next to Trump.
It was.
And George Bush. You know what? George Bush wasn't that bad.
He really wasn't. I mean, okay, as an individual, right? No. As the leader of the free world, I don't know.
Man, he was cool. He had some like dumb moments and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, this is a saying that
fool me once. Yeah, I know it's in Tennessee. It's my
You can't fool me again.
Fool, you ain't fool me. But yeah, so
they threw a shoe at that motherfucker. That's crazy. Who had a joke? Who had that joke? Was that Cedric Entertainment?
I don't know.
I just remember saying how bad you gotta be to throw a shoe at somebody.
Man. Yeah, that was Cedric Entertainment. But here's my thing. Two things. Number one, there wasn't all of that outrage from the other side when that senator didn't shake the VP's hand.
Okay, I got you. Well, it wasn't even the senator; it was the senator's husband.
Yeah, that didn't shake the VP's hand. There was no outrage about that. And going back in time, how we soon forget, the current elect did not attend the inauguration for the current president.
Yeah.
So what's really, and we're talking about a first lady. We're not talking about a president. So what are we really mad about?
Hey, I guess what you probably won't be there either. His first VP's wife, Mike Pence's wife.
Yeah.
She probably won't be there either.
I just like but it's the double standard. Like, what do we?
Yeah, I mean,
we point fingers about shit that we do. I don't get that.
Yeah, I mean, it's people's personal choice. Some people gonna rock with certain people, some people not.
Right. And you should have that right.
Yeah.
If I don't fuck with you, I already told you I got a fucking guest list for my funeral. Don't let nobody in that motherfucker.
I'm gonna let me.
And I'm
gonna be in that bitch like this.
I'm honcho with your ass.
TikToking in that bitch.
Yeah, I just think I feel like we give a damn as humanity, right? I feel like we give a damn about the wrong shit. Like, how does that affect anybody?
You know, and I said this to you before, I think people that latch on to politics like that, or like political parties like that, were too scared to get into a gang early in their life or something like that. So
that's their gang.
Yeah, so they just gotta rip it hard. I'm like, all right, come on now.
Yeah.
It's no way that you should be going this hard.
Yeah.
Over politics.
Yeah.
Now certain politicians like say, yeah, you can say fuck them all day because some of them deserve that shit. But just to blindly follow shit and not even critically think,
or blindly follow a party just because it's your party or it's what you've traditionally gone with. Like, it's okay with saying I don't necessarily agree with that. Yeah. Like, it's certain things, you know, historically I've voted a certain way with a certain party, but that doesn't mean that I agree with every single thing that's come down from that party, because it's a lot that I don't agree with.
They just passed the no trans in sport. What can I say that? Trans is not a bad word, is it?
No, you can say it, but we're not going to discuss it.
It's the extra letter that you put on the end of it. You take the S off and throw.
Bye. We're not even going to talk about it because I ain't. It's another one of the council moments.
It's like, hey, you be canceled? How you cancel somebody with...
I reserve the right to not engage. But speaking of crazy shit that's been going on this app, and I don't know if this is a new story or if it's an old story, but should we play the audio or should we just talk about it?
We can talk about it because I can't find the audio.
I got the audio.
Find the audio. I don't know.
How
long is it?
It ain't that.
Pause.
Well, yeah. we can cut it off. But I'll play the gist of it.
Boarded his flight and left without his wife when she insisted on getting Starbucks at the airport after he said they didn't have time. In a Reddit post, the man explained the situation minutes before the next leg of their journey. But the wife insisted she wanted coffee and the husband offered to get it from the market right next to their gate. He insisted, however, on going to Starbucks, which was nowhere near their gate. He told her they did not have enough time, but she went anyway without him. As the plane was boarding, this husband called his wife 4 times to ask where she was. She finally answered on the 4th call and said that she was on her way back to the terminal and that the line at Starbucks was exceptionally long. The husband went ahead and boarded the plane after the gate agent said they couldn't hold up the flight. He full on left his wife behind.
Hey,
Left her dumb ass.
I look from you from the sky. Bye.
What would you have done in that situation?
If I was the husband?
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, shit. Hey, it's hard. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. That's a hard.
I would have left the fuck out of her ass.
But he was going to see his daughter.
I don't give a damn if I was going to see the dog.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, but I mean, but you know. Yeah, I told your dumb ass. This is one of those actions have consequences things, and sometimes people got to learn.
Hey,
hard.
That's her game. Starbucks is her game.
Let me tell you. And the funny, let me tell you, the funniest thing about it is this was on a last leg, which means that this was a layover. So for you to, and you know how I travel, for you to miss a layover flight, it's like it's even worse because you're not at home and you miss your flight, and then you're not where you were staying and you miss your flight.
And your shit is on the plane now.
Exactly. So you're stuck where you are without any of your shit and without a real destination. Like now you have to determine whether you're going back home or whether you're actually going to your destination, which is a even more of a issue.
Skip lag that bitch.
I would have definitely left her ass though. Like the fact that you wanted Starbucks that much because you could have got coffee, and I feel like,
was it iced coffee?
Regardless
if
of
it was
what
iced coffee, she could have just went to like one of them stores and just got.
Nah, seriously, yeah. But regardless of what it was, like the fact that that's a brat moment. Like that's a childish moment.
Oh shit! You almost pushed. Ooh. Let's. All right, go ahead, brother. Yeah. Go ahead, my brother.
I just feel like you was being so childish to where that was the necessity over, like, and you know me, I'm a very timely person. And I believe in people learning valuable lessons when it comes to time. Like, if you get left, you get left. Because you knew what time we supposed to be here.
You ever got left out your prayers?
Have I ever? No. I've never gotten left.
I have.
I didn't need to see it. I'm a person that I learn from other people's mistakes. I don't need to see it. Like, I don't need to see somebody. I mean, I don't need to experience it. I can just see it. I don't need to experience getting left to understand that time is important, and when you don't control the time schedule, you need to be on time. And traveling is one of those things. Like when they say, you know, because I've almost missed a flight at Hartsfield, Atlanta, the most terrible airport you will ever visit in the U.S. And when they say like that 2 hour window is real when it comes to Hartsfield, be your ass at the airport 2 hours before that bitch, and you might still just get to your gate on time. I'm usually there if I'm flying out of there to somewhere else, or if I'm visiting there and flying back. I'm usually there 3 hours in advance, just because.
Thank you for reminding me. I gotta get my flight.
Yeah, just because I know how that airport is. So I mean, I wholeheartedly support him leaving her.
Hey,
that what your ass get.
See you on the other side.
Hopefully, and I'm gonna let you figure out the flight too. Like this was your doing. This all could have been avoided if you had done what you were supposed to be doing, or if you had listened to me.
They give you an exchange though, right?
It depends. And you know, I mean, hopefully they had another flight going to where they were going.
She could hop on like Spirit or something like that.
Yeah.
Frontier.
Yeah, but
She ain't
you
got
gotta,
no bag.
but you gotta buy that flight.
That's true.
If you go with the same airline, then you can try to.
You might
I
be
think you
able
can
to
try to
try
get a yeah. But again, I've never missed a flight, so I don't know how that
Another
works.
$20.
On Spirit.
Get you right.
Speaking
Pack
of women,
light.
speaking of women doing crazy stuff, bye. Speaking of people doing crazy stuff, there is a woman, I don't know where she's located, that has hit social media for 1,000
Hey,
men in a day.
man,
that
my
she
brother.
experienced sexually.
Hey, you gotta get it, get it in. Woo, man.
No, and this wasn't. I think I was reading it. This wasn't a day. This was in 12 hours. And so how do you? My question is, how do you? How do you get to 1,000 in 12 hours? Like, I don't. Is that possible?
It is possible.
I mean, obviously,
It
she
is.
did the shit.
It is.
How-
Hey.
That's got to come with. You got to go to the doctor after that.
Or, I mean, hey, thug it out. At that point, you might probably immune to everything that they gonna give your ass.
That's your vaccine.
You are the vaccine.
You got the
baby.
antibodies for all that shit.
Shit, you got the vaccine for the vaccine. You are
Oh shit, that's crazy.
patient zero.
A K in 12 hours means
Damn.
that's over 100 in an hour. That's over 100 in an hour. Like,
That's dope. Not really, but I appreciate you.
I feel like some of that had to be like, let me get out on your face. Like,
I appreciate the dedication.
and it had to be like multiple at the same time for you to hit 1K
Oh, foul.
in 12. Like, it had to be.
It's like,
Yeah, you had.
how we are on camera now, so I can't do crazy shit. Motherfuckers get a screen grab of that shit. Start photoshopping shit in my head and shit.
Yeah, you had to for that, man. It's gotta be multiple at one time. Like, how from the man's perspective, who's signing up for this shit?
Number one.
You gotta be like
Maybe-
number 1 through 10.
Yeah, what's it? Maybe 4.
But think about being 999.
We pushing it. Like, did they know that they were signing up for this? Then she just like, oh yeah, you're number one today.
Number 999 is nasty as fuck.
Cause in how many hours?
12.
Okay, so she had like half a day. So maybe she was like, no, I'm starting tomorrow for number 1,000. He was like, oh shit, I'm number 1. And he was in that thing like, oh.
That's crazy work.
He's like, oh, so I can go raw. Cause ain't nobody else pick this bitch.
That's
And
crazy.
he's like, eh.
That's crazy work.
I said I was fucking for the gold. She was fucking for the platinum.
That's a Guinness World Record.
Hey,
She got to be in the books.
Man.
That's one of those I was talking about earlier. That's one of those being etched in history. Like,
that's fucking Wilt Chamberlain in 12 hours.
bro,
He did a whole book on sleeping with 1,000 women. And she did that shit in a day.
a half a day.
Damn.
It's 24 hours in a day. She did that shit in half a day.
Whew.
That's fucking nuts.
Her pussy was like, oh girl, for Popeyes. There's some chicken sandwiches. Motherfucker was like,
I'm motherfucking tired.
bitch.
Her shit was talking like,
Bitch was leaning.
what more do you want from me?
fucking dust.
That shit crazy. We live in a crazy land, man.
She had that fucking Diddy rotation of oil in that bitch. Cause
Yo. You had to be lubed though, cause you're not getting wet for 1,000 people. That's crazy.
Whoo, shit. Damn, girl. You go, girl.
As we wrap up, man, we got a top 3. We got a top.
Empowerment.
Empowerment is crazy. We got a top 3, man. Dealing with what we was talking about earlier, man. Top 3 social media platforms of all time, not just out right now. Top 3
All time.
1-1-1, or you gonna?
We do 1-1-1.
Okay.
Don't
take my number 1.
Black Planet.
Black Planet. That's your number 1.
No. There's no particular order.
Oh, because I was putting them in order.
Black Planet, I think, was my first social media site.
I think it's my first too, but I wasn't a fan of Black Planet.
Because you don't like black people.
One of us went to HBCU and one of us didn't.
I did.
Okay.
I've been to multiple
Wrong
HBCUs.
Answer. Fact check.
I went to multiple HBCUs.
Facebook, bring it back. All right.
Went to Jackson State. I went to Southern. I went to Prairie View.
You visited?
I went to Alcorn.
All right.
I was going to go to Mississippi State Valley. But
the fact that you don't even know the name of the fucking school.
Mississippi Valley State.
Mississippi State Valley is crazy.
They don't deserve it right now, so fuck it. Shout out to Jerry Rice and your chicken helmet.
My number 1 is, because I'm going in order. My number 1 is MySpace, man. It was something about the time where you had to go through and add all of your backgrounds and your colors and your music and shit to your page. Mm-hmm. And you had to make that whole like real sexy. It was like it was almost like setting a mood before you even see somebody. Like
they stole Black Planet swag.
You say using that hoe with mad R&B in the background. So yeah,
a lot of people learn how to code like that too.
Yeah, because that shit was hard.
It was.
That shit was hard as hell. So that's number 1 for me. What's your number 2?
Number 2, I'd say MySpace. Just because that's where it was. I probably got catfish a million times.
Okay.
On that, but that was like MySpace was probably like my freshman, sophomore year in high school, all the way up to maybe my sophomore year in college.
It was very short lived.
Stuff. Well, I mean, it depends on how long you've been in school.
Yeah. Yeah. It was, but nah, I think MySpace altogether was a very short lived platform. I don't know why though.
I mean, they just transitioned over to Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Take Black Planet off, and I put Facebook.
Facebook is in your top 3?
I spend more time on Facebook than I did Black Planet.
Facebook ain't even in my top 3.
I be on Facebook, living it up. Probably got catfish over there too. It's some pictures floating around me. It might be some fucking dudes with pictures of being their phone because I thought they was with them. Then got fucking but what's his name? Monte Teo.
Teo. Yo, that was crazy work,
man.
Yeah.
What's your 2?
My number 2 is probably gonna be Instagram.
Okay.
I like Instagram. I feel like it allows you to just put enough out there, but not too much. Like I think Facebook. The reason Facebook is not in my top is because like you have to put too much information on Facebook. Not necessarily you have to, but I think Facebook asks you for way too much information. Like, your hometown, your siblings, your likes, your follows, all of that shit. Like you put on Facebook, and I'm like,
it's all the same shit now.
Nah,
Meta, it's all Meta.
I mean, yeah, but Instagram isn't that detailed. Like when you log into Instagram, it's literally your bio and then your page. That's it. Like you don't have all of the. Like Facebook is just it's like a map of who you are.
This is originally made for. I had a Facebook when I was in high school.
Yeah, me too.
It's supposed to be on it for college.
College, yeah, at first when
I was on that bitch.
I remember when they first opened to high school kids, because at first you had to like put in.
Oh yeah, I was in that bitch like I was at college. Yep.
What's your number 3?
Uh,
I already know where you're going because it's probably mine.
Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I can't do that because I can't rock with old boy no more.
I'm about to talk about why.
I was gonna say Twitter, but now I'll say Reddit.
Okay, same reason.
It keeps you current with the current events. See what's going on.
Is that what
new videos?
Is that what Reddit?
Stuff like get your news stuff. You know,
is that
trending
what,
topics? Yep. Yep. That's why it's that.
Is that what Reddit does?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Tap into your subreddits. You type in the subject and be like, "Oh, this is what's going in there." You know? Okay. Ebony and Ivory Keys and stuff like that. Boom, boom.
That shit is hilarious. Yeah, no, I was gonna go the same route, because of Twitter/X, whatever, but we got off Twitter, and Blue Sky replaced it, and
it's not the same, similar time. Get all your trending topics.
you ain't even gotta go nowhere else. Just go to Blue Sky for everything.
Yep. I got I got a whatchamacallit too, a fan base now.
Never heard of it.
So that's Isaac Hayes' son.
Oh, okay.
He started. It's similar to Instagram and stuff. So I'm over there and stuff. Ain't got no followers and stuff. So I might be able to post some stuff over there. Now that I can't post what I want everywhere else.
Well, if y'all listening or watching now, because you can do that, let us know what your top 3 social media platforms. That's top 3 ever, not just out right now. Let us know what your top 3 are. As always, y'all, you can agree with us. You can disagree with us. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Father, fuck you.
At the end of the day, that's just our 2 cents on the man. Glad to have y'all on our visual view. If you're looking at us, if you're watching us, please comment. Other than that, we'll see y'all next week.
All right.